advertisement.
We just started using Twitch about a month or so ago, so I'm not quite used to it yet. So I'm never quite sure if we're live or not. That's why I ask a lot. Linda, will you let me know when we're live?
Yep. Problem?
And T, we'll chop this up later probably. We're going to edit it later, so all this messing around probably won't be in the finished product.
Ah, there.
I know all
Now
about that.
Now it says live.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Lola Laracy. This is Beery Good Entertainment, and this is one of our more serious shows where we talk about social issues, political issues, things that affect us on a very deep level. Granted, beer affects us on a very deep level, but it's not quite the same. Today, we are going to talk about some LGBT issues because it's Gay Pride Month, and every month should be Gay Pride Month, but this month specifically, we're looking a little deeper into some of the issues. And we are actually here with one of my in real life friends, T, and we're going to talk about some issues that affect him deeply. Now, we actually had some topics to talk about, but since we have you here, T, I kind of like for you to run the show because you have a lot to offer us that we don't know. We're two mostly straight women. We have no clue. We like to think maybe we know stuff, but we probably don't. So if you don't mind, I'd like for you to talk about just kind of your life, your experiences, when and
Wow, that's
a broad.
Could you please sum up your life in you know, not to put you on the spot or anything.
Well, okay.
So well, I guess we could start with, just who you are and.
Okay. Well, I'm T. Ferret. I am the current Mr. South Coast Olympus Leather for 2016 and 2017.
Nice.
I am a pagan priest. I am an activist. I volunteer in the community, do community outreach, and I'm transitioning from, I was assigned female at birth, and I'm transitioning to male, and I'm pansexual, so everyone's hot, and
yeah, that's good.
And I've been, fighting against Nazis, KKK, KK gay, and all the other people.
Never heard the term KKK. I like that.
I have never heard that either.
The KK gay are the white cisgender gays that are mostly rich, that are racist. They're the gay racists. They think they can get a leg up by being jerks to people of color.
They're basically passing. Basically, because they're white.
Yeah. And there is a problem with that in the gay community right now. They don't, like, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge their white privilege and how it affords them certain things, or, especially the more, rich gays always organizing events, and the poor gays, they're like, okay, how are we going to afford all this? Well, fuck you guys. That's basically their attitude. And it's like, nope, that's not right.
And I mean, go ahead.
Sorry, Lola, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, if you're white, one of the unfortunate things is if you're black, you can't hide it. If you're if you're from the Middle East, you generally can't hide it. But if you're gay and you're white, you can pass. You can go into what people might consider polite society and be fine. But a lot of people don't have that privilege. They can't pass. They can't blend in, no matter where they are. And so I think some people who maybe can blend in don't understand what it's like to be someone who can't.
Well, and they go on and they ape heteronormative behavior, like, oh, we have our rights now because we have gay marriage, but what about
Mm-hmm.
trans people? What about bisexual people? Because they always end up erasing bisexual people and pansexual people because of, who they're partnered with and their identities. And it's just a lot of microaggressions that pile up because they don't want to acknowledge their privilege. And so, yeah, that's been a little bit of a hot button issue.
Mm-hmm. And we still have some states, I don't know if it's really as true as it was when I was growing up, but there's still some states where there are sodomy laws on the books. So,
yeah, they try to get police set up stings and try to arrest people on the blue laws.
And you know what? If you're a rich gay, you can get out of it. I'm sorry, it's true. You can get out of it. Whereas people...
Or if your family has connections, too. Because some of the rich people, they have connections, so...
Now, how does the transitioning fit into? Oh, I'm having trouble actually forming the question.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying hard not to sound like, and this is our token transsexual friend T. Hi, everyone meet our token transsexual friend T. So I'm trying very hard not to sound like that. I'm like, we have so many questions, but we sound like morons. What's it like? So, go ahead.
I mean, obviously, I'm never going to know what it feels like because I've accepted, I've accepted that I'm a girl. I feel pretty good as a girl. Yeah, that's who I am.
Well, and you were lucky in that you were born the way you were meant to be. Some people feel they weren't.
I was born the way I was meant to be.
Yeah.
I've never had a person look at me, and have that reaction of you.
Yeah, should you be here? What, are you a boy? Are you a girl? What are you?
Oh, I get that. I used to get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm passing a little bit more these days, but, I felt, something was off, because I always felt like I was a little boy when I was a kid. I was around with my shirt off, belt strapped across my chest, pretending to be Rambo. And all of a sudden puberty happened. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? This isn't right.
This isn't right.
Did I drop the F? Am I not allowed to drop the F-bomb or?
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Oh, totally allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it just didn't. It was like puberty hit and like everything went wrong.
Mhm.
So now I'm going through the process of correcting it.
Mhm.
So do you feel those microaggressions because of the transitioning?
Well, I mean,
does it build up? I mean, do people do like little stuff that it's like difficult to tell, but is an aggressiveness?
Little slights.
Little slights.
Well, I mean, it's like, some people have told me, well, we can't date if you end up getting a penis. I thought you maybe looked better as, when you were presenting as female. I mean, I've gotten, then the aggressive, misgendering with, she, and all that is.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. You at least acknowledge it. You're not going out and intentionally.
No.
It's just, but then just little things like that here and there. But I notice as I progress in my transition, some of it lessens up.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that it's maybe a little bit lessened because your name isn't an obviously gendered name? Does that help? Like T?
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, dude, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm Mr. T, yeah. That seems like it might be helpful. I mean, I'm talking out of my ass, but it seems like it might be helpful. I mean, at least your name isn't Clarissa, so.
Okay. No.
And then you could go to Clark. I don't know where you would go from Clarissa.
I have no idea. I'm glad I don't have that name.
I'm glad you don't.
How about the people who have a female name and want to keep it if they're transitioning to male?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's up to them. A name is just a name. If you
Yeah.
like using the name,
Yeah,
it.
because I mean it's been drilled into us so many times. You're supposed to, if you're a girl, you're supposed to have a girl's name, and you're supposed to dress a specific way. So then you have a female to male transition, and they say, well, I like the name Clarissa, I'm just going to keep it.
And that's a decision, I guess, huh?
That man, that would
But
be
see, okay, but there's a
so
lot of names.
difficult.
There's a lot of names right now that in Victorian era and before
Ashley.
were, yeah, Ashley, Mallory,
Mm-hmm.
Rachel. A lot of those names were male names.
Yep.
But
Dana.
and then but certain things happen with social restructuring, and blue was seen as a girl color because it was calming. Pinks and reds were seen as male colors because of passion.
Oh.
And, all the societal norms changed, and now we are with the clusterfuck we're at today. So.
And I guess it comes down to how solid is your metal, because you could keep the name Dana if you were assigned a female at birth and your name is Dana. You could say, you know what, Dana Carvey. It can be a male's name, and you could keep it, but I think the issue may be that it will call attention to your gender even more than you may want to.
Well, then there's people like me that, because right now we're still in the process of transitioning, we still have our dead names on our legal documents because they want us to be free of debt and to remember all our previous addresses and all kinds of just random information to get our names changed. And then you have certain fees. If you can't get a certain waiver, you're looking at least $400 in legal fees just to get your name changed.
That's ridiculous.
How about? Oh, I'm sorry, Lola.
Well, I was gonna say that should be the easiest part, right? I mean, there's surgery and then having your name changed. The name change should be the easier part.
No, they still make you jump through hoops to get there.
They do.
How difficult is it? How difficult is it to get the gender changed on it where you are? I mean, is it absolutely impossible to get legal documents changed?
You get the note from your therapist or a doctor saying you are transitioning, and then you get your name changed to male name, and then you bring in the letter with your name change documents, and they're supposed to change your gender marker for you, and you can. The only problem you run into is if your birth date, if your birth date won't change your birth certificate.
Oh.
Because I know my birth date is Washington, and they, as long as I send off the documents to, I guess, Health and Vital Statistics, I can go ahead and get a new birth certificate and everything made.
So they're cool.
But a lot of other places, it varies state by state.
Well, we've seen just here in Jacksonville how backwards Jacksonville is, because when the federal government finally legalized gay marriage, Jacksonville shut down.
Well, yeah, and that's why I was actually part of the mass wedding, one of the officiants at the mass wedding in Hemming Plaza once gay marriage was legalized. I actually was one of the people performing weddings that day.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Fabulous. I know Oregon has put forward the option to have non-binary as the gender on driver's licenses and federal and state IDs. Why are we not just getting rid of the gender requirement altogether on identification? Why do we need it?
Because they want to just be able to keep tabs on everybody, and it's really outdated.
It is, especially with so many people actually, saying I don't feel the way I was born, and then it's all up to the way they look, and you can't tell what a person is or who a person is by how they look.
No.
So identification, you can have identification completely wrong.
The only way you'll know is if you strip the person, and no one wants that. No one wants that at a police check. Please don't strip me. Please don't.
Well, and even then, if they're still going through a transition, or if they're
You're right.
one of the trans people that decide, I'm not going to go on hormones, I just am, this is how I feel, because they can't afford to or whatever, or they just don't want to go through it, that's fine. But, you still wouldn't even figure it out then, because gender is a social construct, it's not what your body is.
Physical. And you're right. I don't know what the terms are anymore, but I know people used to use the terms pre-op, post-op. Are those terms still used?
Yep. Around certain circles, yes, they are.
Okay.
Are they acceptable? Are they offensive?
Not really. They just are. It just depends on what context people use them in.
Well, and like you made the point that there are some people who aren't going to go through with the surgery, and that's fine. They identify as a gender, but their physiology will always be different. So, and that's fine. That's their choice. Unfortunately, we don't have a word for it, and that's our fault. That's society's fault. We don't have a word for people who identify as a different gender but don't have the money or the inclination to have the surgery. And that's not anyone's fault but ours as a society.
I've heard slights, with regard to, pre-op, post-op. Well, they're not really transitioned. They're only pre-op. Like, as if somebody doesn't really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
As if they're not, sincere in their gender equality. To me, they, they're just messing around.
They're not dedicating themselves. They're
Oh, Brenda, it's not the fucking gym. I mean, Brenda, Jimothy, whoever the fuck says that shit. It's not, it's ultimately no one else's business but the person.
Right.
And that's that.
I can't tell you. I mean, I don't know you that well, T, but even if I did know you well, I can't tell you, you were born a female, you need to put yourself in that box now. I can't tell you that. I can't, I didn't mean, put yourself in that box.
I would pepper spray you in a heartbeat if you said that.
Right. I can't tell you that. I am not you. I am not you. I can't tell you that, and I can't judge you for it. And I can't judge you for what level of transition you're in. You may just have realized that you are not in the correct body that you're supposed to be, and you're just starting to kind of feel your way around, starting to kind of experiment with maybe wearing different clothing or whatever. I can't tell you that you're not a true transsexual because you haven't taken the plunge and had the surgery yet.
Oh, Coreltus says John Wayne asks if John Wayne's name was actually Mary. Was it John? Was it John?
Marion.
Marion?
I actually have heard that. I think that's right. I've heard that before.
John Wayne Marion Gacy or no? John Marion.
Okay. Now you're getting confused with the serial killer. John Wayne.
It's Wayne
Talk
Gacy,
about misidentified.
Well, John Wayne Gacy was in Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, John Wayne Gacy is a serial killer.
John Wayne the actor.
Yeah.
John Marion Wayne. Or was it Marion?
You know what? We could take this opportunity for a teachable moment. John Wayne Gacy was supposedly named after John Wayne, and part of the reason maybe that he had so much aggression is that he was a gay man and he was forced to fit into a straight man stereotype for so long.
Well, so, it was like that toxic masculinity, but you have to do this, you have to do this. You have to, shit bricks and eat fucking turtles and, spit barbed wire to be a real man.
And be John Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of
that's really disturbing. That thought is really disturbing, the whole toxic masculinity.
Well, and then I see a lot of trans men falling prey to that, and going to the hypermasculinity and misogyny, and even trans misogyny against, transgender women. And I'm like, no, sit down, shut the fuck up, and no.
No, don't do it. We're all family. Don't do it.
So what forms does your activism take?
Let me see. I fight against Nazis and white supremacists. I fight against conservative Christians. I help out the homeless when I can, and do stuff for AIDS awareness. Raise money for people when they have a certain need come up, like when Baton Rouge got flooded. I brought donations out to them. When a friend of mine's fiance died, I did a fundraiser to get stuff for help with funeral expenses and for her and the children and what have you. I just go out and help where I'm needed, if that makes sense. I do what I can.
That is wonderful.
So I'm just a very service-oriented person.
You're like an action-oriented person.
We need more people like that.
This time last year after in the wake of Pulse, I had just had my histo. So I'm, as soon as that happened, I ended up going up to Hamburger Mary's and putting out a call to not, to the community not to sink to Islamophobia, because during that time it happened during Ramadan, and Muslims that had been fasting all day were out there standing in line for hours donating blood, and the ones who couldn't donate blood were out there handing out drinks and stuff to the people who were in line donating blood. So it's like, this is an isolated, it was an isolated, terrorist incident. The real Muslims were out there helping gay people and banding together with them. So it's like, I go where I'm needed. I guess it's like from growing up watching superheroes on TV, like Adam West's Batman, Christopher Reeves as Superman, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, the Hulk, Spider-Man, all the late 60s or and 70s superhero stuff kind of shaped me to be, I go out there, I do stuff, I help people when I can. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of each other.
Superheroes work. Score. See, I say that all the time. Our superheroes, that we read these comics and we watch these shows as children. I watched Wonder Woman and He-Man and She-Ra, and I still watch them today. God, yeah. And it still inspires me to do. Now, I don't do as much as you do, T. You're really impressive. But it does inspire me to actually, attempt to do a little more. I tend to take on. I tend to try to take on some of the more direct backlashes by, challenging, by reading books and recording them from LGBT authors about LGBT topics. Reading them and putting them out on YouTube. That's about the extent I can go to. Unless it's an event in my community, I don't mind going out and doing an event in my community. But you have...
everyone has certain abilities.
Yeah.
Everyone has certain abilities and limitations, and you have to go and do what you can within those abilities and limitations. Every superhero has their own powers and own unique weaknesses, and they have to go on and do things in those realms.
And we all judge what we can do. I mean, if for some reason you can't do something, there's no reason to feel ashamed. There's probably a good reason. Like God help me, work for a government contractor. God help me. So there's stuff I can't do. One day, I plan to be in a place where I can do more, but right now, I can't. But I can do things, I can do what I can do, and I can push as hard as I can push. And I'm very grateful for people like you, T, who are, excuse the phrase, balls to the walls. You, you know, you are no holds barred. You are out there, and you are probably braver than I am. You probably have more mettle than I do, and I think everyone is grateful that we have people like you.
Um, I'd like to ask a question about now confrontation in communities. Is it acceptable or not to step up for a friend who is, or anybody in the community who is being harassed, or is it actually kind of pushing them to the background? Should we allow them to speak up for themselves, or I mean, is it okay for me as a cisgendered woman to step up and say, you know what, that's just an asshole maneuver. You need to, cut this out? Or is it better that I allow that person to speak for themselves?
It really depends on the situation and the factors going into it, because you have some people that will not listen to transgender people no matter what unless an ally steps in. But the boundary is when you think that your experience trumps what trans people are feeling, and we have cisgender people dictating to trans people of color how they should feel about a certain situation. That's where the line is crossed. No one gets to tell me how I feel about a situation. You can speak up for me, you can be my ally, but you don't tell me how I should feel about something.
That's one thing I would never do. If I'm in a situation where I see someone being bullied or being hurt, I will step in to the best of my ability, and I would take a punch to keep someone else from taking a punch. But I will not tell them what they should be feeling or thinking. I will always allow the other person to speak for themselves.
Yeah, I've heard differing opinions. I understand. I want somebody to have the power on their own, to tell other people off. But there have been some situations where it was obvious that they were not going to be able to take that initiative.
Right.
And I stepped in, and sometimes it makes me wonder whether I was right to do that or wrong to do that.
Sometimes, though, if someone has been a victim of bullying and abuse, they don't know how to step up.
Right.
So you got to read it as a situational thing. And you can't. There's always nuances and gray areas, because, it's not always black and white. It's not always clear cut.
A good example, Linda, you're in Oregon, and I'm sorry I didn't introduce y'all because I suck as a host. T, this is Linda. She's in Corvallis, Oregon. Linda, this is T. He is in Jacksonville, Florida.
It's so nice to meet you.
Linda, you are in Oregon, and we had a situation just a few weeks ago where one Muslim girl, the other girl, I don't even think she was Muslim, but two girls who...
No, she was a woman of color.
Woman of color. All right. Two girls who appeared different to this man, and he wanted to punish them for being different. He threatened them, and three very brave people stepped in, and two lost their lives. Now, in that case, I understand. I mean, they were young girls. They probably wouldn't be able to defend themselves unless they'd been to some sort of martial arts class. They probably couldn't defend themselves, and it sounds like the three people who came to their defense did the right thing.
Yes, they very much did the right thing.
Absolutely, and in a direct conflict.
It's a judgment call. I mean, no one wants to take anyone's, I hate this word, but agency away. No one wants to take anyone's agency away, But in a life or death situation, or even a situation where someone could be hurt at all, you need to make a snap judgment. And if you end up, you know, um, infiltrating a situation that maybe you weren't meant to be a part of, that's the price of doing business. You were there to help, and you did the best you could.
I mean, if someone's, if someone is in trouble, I run in and help. I jump in. I'm in there throwing punches, and people headlocks, hitting them. My first bar fight at the castle happened in Tampa. This one guy grabbed a female friend of mine and was trying to force her, against her will, to go up on one of the I think it was one of the BDSM pieces of furniture, and that was not. So I jumped in. I was fucking punching him in the head.
Good.
Because she very much couldn't. He was much larger than her. He was much larger than me. I don't care. Me and a bunch of friends ended up jumping him and pulling her out of that situation. My mind just shut off, and I just, boom, action.
Good. And sometimes you do that. If someone is
in trouble, I help.
Fight or flight.
I mean, a lot of my friends wish I was more flight than fight, but I can't walk away if someone needs help. I can't just be sitting there, on the sidelines, just, videoing. I need to jump in. I need to help. Did we lose her?
I think we may be about to lose her.
What? I'm here. What?
It's black.
Your picture's frozen though.
Can you hear me?
There you are. You're back.
You can't see me, T?
Nope.
I'm gonna go out the call and come back in.
Oh.
Can you see me now?
Refresh the.
I see her. I don't see you. Do I need to get out the call and?
No, I think it's. No, I think it's just her. A brief interruption with her connection.
Don't worry about it. I mean, as long as you can hear me.
Yeah. Now I see you.
Oh, you see me now?
Yeah, I see you now.
Can you see me now? I feel like Verizon.
Can you see me now?
Can you see me now?
Nope.
You still can't see me?
Nope.
Yeah, it may not be. It may not. As long as we can hear her, it should be okay.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on making sure we can see everybody because I don't want to interrupt the flow because I think we have a nice flow.
Actually, while you're working on that, I need to run to the bathroom real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead. I actually had some questions.
I was gonna say, we could go into some of the literature, if you don't mind.
Well, I don't mind. I just want to make sure T's on the same page because we're taking his time, and I want to make sure that he's.
I wanted to ask him his opinion of some of the author book stuff.
Okay.
Not specific books, just in general.
Okay. Well, I was reminded when we were talking about, sort of the more rage-filled expressions.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that Marlon, what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Marlon Riggs.
Marlon Riggs. But I still won't say the F word. You can say it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run while he's going.
All right. I'm looking for something. What am I looking for? Where are my notes? I can't find my damn notes. We're still live. I can't find my damn notes. There are my notes. Okay.
Did everybody go to the bathroom?
Yeah, Linda went to the bathroom. I'm just here being intoxicated because I'm almost done. Let's see, I have this much left of my beer.
See, I'm kind of jealous because I wish I could be drinking beer, but I'm at work.
You're on a 12-hour shift, so you can't be.
Yeah.
But if you go to Beer 30, have you been to the Beer 30s here in Jacksonville?
No, I haven't.
They're really good. They're very nice people too. I get a lot of beer from them. I spend about $100 each time I go, but I only go like every 2 months or something. But I get a lot of stuff. I got this from there. They have great stuff. There's one in San Marco. I'm talking about the Beer 30s here, Linda.
Oh.
There's one in San Marco on San Marco Boulevard, and one in Riverside on King Street.
Okay, I live around, not very far from King Street, so I could probably pop over to that one.
Yeah, they've got great stuff. It's stuff you won't find at Total Wine or ABC. They go out of their way to find good stuff. And the best brands to me are Terrapin, Funky Buddha, and Southern Tier. Those are my 3 favorite brands. Funky Buddha is from somewhere in South Florida. I'm not sure where. Terrapin is from Athens, Georgia. And despite the name, Southern Tier is from New York. I know. For the longest time, I was like, I'm supporting the South. No, they're from New York. They're from New York. But they're good. They have awesome beer. So if you see Southern Tier, I highly recommend it. Those 3 breweries, I highly recommend.
Oh, Southern Tier is lovely. It's nice that these smaller breweries are starting to get, a bigger distribution.
They're getting some traction. It is good. So, yeah, I was just telling T, Beer 30 is like my favorite place. They know me there. Especially the one in San Marco. When I come in, he already gets the box ready.
Oh,
he does. He knows.
Our Beer 30 is only a growler fill and taster place.
Okay.
But I am campaigning to have them sell bottles.
They should. Let them know that Beer 30 in Jacksonville sells bottles and has a bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
I love growlers, so it's like, bam. Growler.
Yeah, they're good with growlers. And T, if you ever want like a place to sit and have a beer, the Beer 30 in San Marco is a little more open to having people sit at the bar and drink, whereas I get the sense that the Beer 30 in Riverside, even though they have a bar, I never see anyone at the bar. So I think they're probably more geared towards selling bottles. But regardless, Beer 30 is awesome. I mean, I love them dearly. That's pretty much where I go.
Have you gone to the brewery off Roselle Street? I can't remember the name of it right now.
Intuition? Yes. And they're actually pretty famous. Their distribution is so much that people in other parts of the country know who they are. So they're
my favorite local.
I like Intuition.
Brewery. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I talk about brewery, Beer 30 isn't a brewery. It's just a retail place. Okay. But yeah, Intuition, as far as local breweries go, Intuition is the best place I've been. Now, I went to Zeta Brewery once at the beach, and they were very nice. I actually did like a little video, and I saw their brewery operation and everything. They're very nice, so I liked Zeta Brewing. I did a email interview with Veterans United once, and they're very nice.
I've yet to sample anything from them.
I haven't liked what I've had.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't liked it. That's why I don't talk about it much. And I don't like, what's the other Riverside one? Oh, I'm blanking. The big one that you see in the stores and stuff. Not Intuition. I can't remember the name. There's another one in Riverside that they're nice people, but their beer isn't very good.
No, it takes time. It takes time to perfect beer.
Oh, they've been around for like 7 or 8 years,
And
though.
I know that some of the breweries around me have changed over the past couple of years. So their
Bold
beers
City.
got, oh, which one was it?
Bold City. They're very nice people, but I tend to not like their beer too much.
I know that a couple of years ago, Pelican out here,
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't. It seemed their beers seemed weak to me for a long time, but all of a sudden now they seem to be putting out stuff that's really absolutely fantastic. So a brewery can change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes not always for the better, but they can change.
Well, it depends on who's brewing, who the management is, how much effort they want to put into it. It
Who
depends
they're
on a lot.
affiliated with.
Right. It depends on a lot. Now,
I'm lucky.
intuition. Huh?
Sorry, go
Well, I was
ahead. I
going to
interrupted.
say okay. I was going to say intuition has been steadfastly good. As long as they've been in operation, I've had their beer, and they have been very good. They've never had any period where they dip down. So they've always been very good. I love intuition.
I'm lucky that Beer 30 here has so many promos of different beer companies because
Okay.
I get so much free stuff.
That's so awesome.
I
I'm
take
jealous.
I take every opportunity to get over there and interview people and free beer, you know.
That's cool. I want to do more stuff like that. I don't have a car, so it's kind of tough for me. But I think the Beer 30 people are favorable toward me, so I might try to do that at some point.
Yeah. So how about do you do a lot of interviews, T, or is that
It's been sporadic, but I've done a few interviews here and there. It's
Okay.
I think the most memorable was Marilyn Manson concert in 1996.
Wow. What
But
happened?
I ended up telling off some Christian protesters, then making out with one of my female friends right in front of them, and they flew into a fucking rage. It was
That's
glorious,
awesome.
and apparently I still sometimes get, hey, you're that person, if I'm wandering around random places, because
Yeah.
people remember that.
Mm-hmm. Especially 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You would think we would have progressed more, but we haven't really. But 20 years ago, that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any expression of gay romance or gay anything like that was a big deal. It still is.
Well, I mean, I'm in Oregon, one of the most progressive areas out there, so we don't see it a whole lot, but I do still see it. I see the hate. So it's always nice to see the positive outward forms of acceptance, in the form of signs going up on people's lawns is great. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you believe, you belong in this community no matter what.
Jacksonville's got a long way to go, because First Baptist Church has got a stranglehold on the city politics.
That's a big church. They're downtown, right?
They control most of downtown. They control most of downtown, and in order to have any political power, if you hold public office, you end up having to attend that church.
Right.
Which is disgusting.
Well, that's the South.
That's what we've been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been fighting since I was 16. That's what, kickstarted me into activism with how they treated the pagan and the gay community.
Right.
So.
Yeah. If you're pagan, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's, you're full of the devil. I've had, cops, because I'm wearing all black and stuff, try to accuse me of doing things that I hadn't done.
Well, you look like one of them occultists. You worship the devil. I don't like you. No, sir, I don't like you.
Is it worse? Is it worse if you're an atheist?
Oh God, yes. I didn't mean to make it funny, but
yeah.
Forget it.
But meanwhile, they're singling, pagans and atheists out. Yet you got that one pastor, one of the main people that was harassing gays and pagans out here. He got busted for child molestation.
Right. There's so much hypocrisy. I can't begin to express how much hypocrisy there is, and that's because people look at what you say and not what you do. As long as you present well, you say, I'm a Christian, I go to First Baptist Church, people believe you. It doesn't matter what you do when they can't see you.
Doesn't matter what you do when they find out. I mean, we elected
No,
somebody
that's true.
who grabs people by the pussy. I mean,
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yes.
So, they don't, as long as you lie and give a good game and pretend, you can get away with anything. If you're certain, if you're white and you have a certain amount of money.
You're right. You're right. It's all about appearances. And this town is not any better than a lot of other towns.
Nope.
But do you think it's getting better, and do you think it's getting better fast enough?
Progress has always been slow in this town, and, it's, as long as we keep fighting, I mean, we finally got the HRO passed, even with some of the opposition that we've had, and this has been years in the running, and the gays, the last time threw us, the trans people, under the bus.
Yeah.
And now everybody's, this time around, everybody was finally on board, defending each other and banding together, and it got through. So it takes a long time. I was out there for, documenting some of the first marriage equality rallies that we had, and it took several years for that to finally, happen. It's, it just takes a while, and we just have to not give up and keep fighting.
Has the whole Trump buttfuck kind of attempted to put the issues for the LGBT community in the back of the arena? Is it?
I mean,
are people kind of forgetting that the issue still exists?
I mean, parts of his constituency want to forget it still exists, especially when you have conservative gays out there. They're just, fuck you, I got mine. But it doesn't matter what they do. It matters what we do in this moment. It matters that we keep fighting and we keep bringing up the issues, no matter how much they try to cover it up with shit.
And I think part of it goes to show that even though you want the LGBT community to be one cohesive community, it's still full of individuals.
And some of these individuals are self-loathing fucking
suck
assholes.
asses. Right. They're suck asses. They got what they want. They don't give a shit about anyone else.
And that's, you run into those humans in any group. And, what can you do besides just cut them off and be like, no, and go about and do what you're going to do?
Or you could try to wear them down and be like, look, you asshole, you've got your you've got.
Work. It
doesn't work. It doesn't. Okay.
Look at Milo Yiannopoulos or whatever the fuck you pronounce his name.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
It doesn't work.
No.
There's people that are going to be assholes no matter what, no matter how you present the facts.
That's true.
They're like those flat earthers and all those alt-right. No matter how much evidence you present, they're going to believe what they want.
They're just assholes. They're ignorant assholes. Yeah. So you think it's
It's like you just build up your networks, build up your alliances, push out the shitty people. That's all you can do.
Hey, Ireland, Carell just reminded me, Ireland legalizing marriage equality was huge.
That was a big deal.
We never thought we'd see that happen.
They're so Catholic. They are so Catholic. But they still haven't legalized abortion. So, right?
No, but it was people continuing to open
Right.
their mouths that kept it in the limelight enough so that action happened. That's why I would hate for people to assume that, you know, the gay issue is fixed now in the United States. No.
No, we still have a long, long way to go.
We have not fixed ourselves, not by half.
No. There is still prejudice. And there are still limitations. There is still ignorance. There is still bigotry. And the sad thing is, there will probably always be bigotry. We just have to stand up and crush it. We have to crush it. You cannot tolerate bigotry.
Yeah,
no matter who it is.
Call it for what it is. Don't
Bigotry.
try to find don't try to find some nice term for it.
Well, you have like
Nazi is always going to be a Nazi is a Nazi.
Yeah.
You call a Nazi, and you know.
And punch them in the fucking mouth.
I'm okay with that. Some people didn't like that because I understand violent.
No. I'm sorry, no. These are the people that want to kill me and mine.
Yeah.
You do not get to bandy about and say devil's advocate and all this other bullshit or differing viewpoint because you are couching and giving an environment to white supremacy. No, you stamp it out. My grandfather went over there and fought fucking Nazis.
Good.
He ended up in the hospital and captured as a POW for fighting fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight fucking Nazis wherever they lie, no matter what new pretty label they give themselves.
That's a good
Nazis
point.
in the mouth every day.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
not.
point.
It's not alt-right. It's not alt-right. It's Nazi.
Yeah. Nazi is a Nazi is a Nazi. You punch him in the fucking mouth.
And it's a war that didn't end. Even though the Germans conceded, the Axis conceded, the spirit behind it still rages. So we need to fight that war wherever it presents itself.
Exactly.
So punch Nazis in the face. I'm actually okay with it. I think I would probably end up in jail still, but I'm okay with it.
Nazis don't get to talk.
God damn it, Nazis! You don't get to talk. I'm punching you in the damn face. You're a Nazi.
Yeah, you don't get the right of free speech around me. It doesn't happen.
No.
You know, your rights end when they infringe on mine. And if your hate speech is getting me and my friends killed, injured, maimed, then no. No. It needs to be curbed.
Right. And I mean, someone could say, oh, but they hadn't done anything to you yet. Well, they were going to. That's the point.
They want genocide.
Yeah.
For anybody that's a person of color, disabled, queer, no.
Yeah, if you're talking about, killing somebody based on your hate of them, no, your right to say anything has just ended right there. You're done. You're out of the arena. We're turning off your mic.
I know. All right. Well, we have turned you into a spokesperson for LGBT rights. And I did not intend to do that. No person should be a spokesperson for a whole group of people. I would like to know about you as a person. I don't know when you need to end your call. I know you've got other things to do.
I have to go in my next round in about 5 minutes.
So in 5 minutes, sum up. Please let us know anything you want to tell us about yourself, your dreams, your hopes, your hobbies, whatever.
I hope to one day be able to just go outside and not have to worry about somebody killing me for who I am.
That's good. That's a good hope.
I want things to be safer for younger LGBT people, especially those who end up in a bad home environment. And I want them to know that it will get better, and I want to actually make it better for them.
Right.
And that's it.
You're working for the future. You're a very selfless person.
That's very kind.
I for one am very glad you are on this planet.
I am too. We need more people like you.
But we need more people who like lager.
Lager is good.
Lager, great.
And you know what's funny? I'm on the fence about IPA. I like it sometimes. Sometimes, huh?
But it's overly yeasty, and it's just, the flavor balance is just wrong.
There's too much, I call it haystack. Sometimes there's too much haystack in my mouth, and I don't want a haystack in my mouth.
But it tastes like near smells. It's just, that's the best way I can describe it, and why it's like, no.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm on the fence. I only like certain IPAs, and one of the things I've learned through talking to people who know more about beer than I do is that a lot depends on the type of hops you use. For instance, there are hops that are more fruity, hops that are more flowery. I like those.
Okay.
But, yeah. So it depends on the hops.
Have you ever tried Bitburger tea?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's lovely. So it's a lovely lager. It's definitely a German type.
And I can get this at Beer 30, or?
I'm actually not
sure. What is it?
Linda,
say it again.
Bitburger.
I've never heard of that.
It's a German lager, and it comes in a can. You should be able to get it at Beer 30. I wouldn't see why not.
Beer 30, our Beer 30 is very specialized. They may not have that. Total Wine may have it. Total Wine has a lot more imported stuff.
Total Wine may have it, yeah.
Yeah. I'll think that there's some IPAs that I like that are more like floral, not as bitter. I don't like bitter IPAs. But there are some IPAs that have more of a fruit or floral.
Yeah, I like fruity and floral.
I love juicy ones that taste like you're biting into a big piece of fruit.
That's good. I'll find some of the IPAs that I've liked, and I'll let you know.
Okay, just go ahead and send me a list.
Yeah, because I'm very particular. I don't like bitter IPAs, not at all.
Smooth,
all right.
floral.
I do too. I'm very particular about IPAs. All right, T. We thank you very much for coming on our show.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right, and you too. Bye-bye.
And would you like to talk about some of the literature, or did you want to?
Well, I'm okay for now. I just need to get more alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Do you, if you don't mind, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll go to the bathroom and get more beer and come back.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'll be back.
Yay! Hi, Cybernaut. I see you there. Thank you for watching. Cybeer? What's Cybeer, Cy? Better late than never. Better late than never. Collection. You have a collection of like what? Beer photos? I gotta look for this. Ah, Cybeer. Cybernaut. Oh, look at all the pretty photos of beer. Dinosaur World. Actuator. Laguneta Lager. It's not an IPA. I love this. I'm following this collection. I love it. Sybeer. Sybeer. Oh, it's fantastic. Citra. Bitter Brothers Citra IPA. Bitter Brothers Prodigal. Oh, Amarillo IPA. Si, do you like Amarillo hops better, or do you like Mosaic hops better? Mosaic, because he loves aromas. Yes. The aroma of Mosaic is really awesome. Your boo, you don't like Simcoe? I'm actually kind of in love. Besides Mosaic, I actually really love Citra. There are a couple of hops. I don't know what the hops are because they produce because they're so secretive, but they produce like coconut. They produce like coconut flavors and pineapple flavors. I love those too. Oh, you love Simcoe. Oh, so Simcoe is your BFF.
His boo. I love Mosaic.
BFF. Yeah, you love Mosaic too.
Can you see? Look up. I don't know if you can see. I have Terrapin Mosaic up there.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
see
it?
Yep.
I like Mosaic. I don't know if T would like Mosaic because Mosaic is more of a straightforward hop.
I'll pull that camera down a little more.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'm drank this whole thing.
Your shirt. Love your shirt.
Yes! I was trying to find something. I was trying to find something that was even remotely LGBT related.
Oh, he is so LGBT related.
I know. He is like the ultimate pansexual. So this is the closest I got.
Well, I'll let you tell our listening audience what the shirt is. This is a black shirt with a purple photo of
David Bowie from Labyrinth.
David Bowie. Oh.
He is the androgynous king/queen of the 70s and 80s. And in Labyrinth, he was the awesome, well, I forgot his name already in Labyrinth, but he was awesome. And he had the long hair, the wig, and everything. And David Bowie was just awesome. He truly was from another planet. And whatever planet that was, they claimed him almost 2 years ago. So
I think that David Bowie totally would have been up for removing all genetic, identification from documentation.
I think so. Because it means nothing. It really means nothing. I mean, I was trying hard not to stick my foot in my mouth, even though that's where it belongs. But you cannot tell a person's gender from looking at them. You can't.
No, you can't. You absolutely can't. And there are children born with
hermaphrodites.
Hermaphrodites, yes. Born with both. And the parents are encouraged to attempt to pick a gender for their child and fix them. Air quotes, fix them. You know what? No. Mm-hmm. Because the only person who can tell you what gender a person is that person themselves.
And they don't know when they're a baby.
No, absolutely.
And like
just let them later on in life, if they want to change, genders or whatever, let them do it. Because
choose.
Even if one sexual organ seems useless or smaller or bigger than the others, it does not mean that is what that person is going to turn out to be.
Often it's hormones, It could be things that we don't even understand. We don't understand what makes a person a certain gender. And it's not something that we can gauge. We can't say, well, you have this amount of hormones, you have this genitalia. We don't know. Only the person who is little and being told to wear a dress when all he wants to do is go and play in the wilderness, only
Or be
he knows.
Rambo, you know.
Only he knows. And even then, when you think about it, when you talk about gender norms, that hurts everyone because I'm lucky enough that I was born in the right gender. I'm pretty sure I was meant to be female, but I was a tomboy.
Yeah.
I played in ditches. I ran around and I tried to climb trees. I was that person. And I have been shamed my entire life because I don't wear high heels. I don't dress to the nines. I don't turn out. I don't do any of that. And I felt, speaking of microaggressions, I felt microaggressions my entire life from other women who think that I don't present as female enough.
Yes.
So it hurts everyone, not only people who feel like they were totally born to the wrong gender, but it hurts people who don't fit into the gender norms, which is most people. Honestly, that's most people.
And you know, trying to peg somebody into a gender is, especially if they're like a fluid, if they're a fluid gender, or you know, that's so hurtful. Trying to, you know, push that peg in the hole, and you know, and that's not you.
It's not. Not everyone fits. And even the people who I feel like, you know, the toxic masculinity and toxic femininity, the people who always looked at me like I wasn't feminine enough, those are constructs. Those aren't real. I think those people drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And you know, Cyber brings up a good point. For those people who say, well, it's not natural. You know what? In nature, there's a species of slug that mates until its penis breaks off and then it becomes female. There are frogs that change from female to male. Come on, damn nature, you scary. Nature is not one sex or the other.
No, it's not binary.
So you telling me that you know, it's not natural is only going to piss me the fuck off.
Right. You telling me that I don't represent my gender, or that I don't dress right, or I don't look right, that's going to piss me off. That's going to make me hate you. And it's not going to do any good. It's not going to do anyone any good.
I'm a girl. I feel like a girl, but I wear a mohawk, which is supposed to be a boy's haircut.
Well, even for a boy, that wouldn't be considered normal. So even if you're a boy, that's still kind of like an other type thing.
Well, so I remember having a pixie haircut as a child and being asked by somebody else, "Are you a boy or a girl?"
Pixie haircut is a girl thing.
It was so hurtful, you know.
Especially when you're young.
Yes.
When you're young and you don't have the experience to know, you know, fuck those people.
Yeah.
It hurts because when you're young, you're more likely to get your feelings of adequacy from the way people judge you.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but that's just the way it is for a lot of people. And so it kind of leaves a scar and it takes a long time to get rid of that.
Yep.
And I'm to the,
Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay. I just need to run to the restroom.
Go ahead. Shay said, I actually hate the term, I'm a real man. Oh, I didn't know you heard that in Ireland. That seems like more of an American thing. So I'm a real man. I'm a marble man. It's funny because I was watching the American Gods episode from last week. I was watching it today because I'm going to live tweet it tonight. And they had an entire town in Virginia. It was named Vulcan, Virginia. And it was dedicated to making firearms, or at least the bullets. And the entire town, they were like a 1950s idea of perfect America. Everyone was as white as they could be, as Aryan as they could be. and they all carry guns, and they worshipped America, basically. So I guess the Vulcan god had become America, and that is America. And Cybernaut says nature has all things. Cybernaut says nature has all things. Why we want to fight nature is beyond understanding and borders on ignorance. I would agree. It is all natural. There isn't anything that's unnatural. If it happens, it's natural. Now, there are things that I don't like. There are things that are wrong. I mean, of course, you could say murder is wrong. Murder is wrong, but you wouldn't say it's unnatural. It is kind of natural. So
well,
say.
One of my favorite children's books is And Tango Makes Three.
I don't remember that.
Tango. Here we go. Tango Makes Three is a children's book about two male penguins who bring up a penguin chick.
Oh, okay.
And I did a reading of that. If you'd like to see the reading, it's on YouTube under Sorcerer Zero.
Okay.
I still receive so much hate over reading that book. Children shouldn't be exposed to that.
Right.
I still get people telling me it's not natural. Hello, these are penguins. What do you think, that their human people came up and said, okay, now we're just going to put two male penguins together, give them a chick, and, no. Okay.
That's kind of what they do, right?
You couldn't keep these penguins apart. Maybe one of them didn't feel like it was male.
Right.
Or maybe they both felt male and they just happened to love each other.
They mated. They didn't care. They didn't think much about their genitalia. They just mated. They liked each other.
Yeah. They raised a chick that didn't happen to be theirs, but they did it.
And guess what?
That's natural.
It is.
Raising a child in a loving family, that is about as natural as you can get. Whether it's two women, two men, men, women, people who are intersex, doesn't matter. If you're raising a child and the child feels loved and safe and provided
that's all
for,
that matters.
That's natural.
Good job. That's a good job. That's a gold star.
I really wish I could find more LGBT children's books. I mean, I look, but like the same books keep coming up.
I Have Two Mommies. What's that?
Heather Has Two Mommies. I have not gotten permission to read that.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube yet.
Okay.
But I mean, I would love to have more books to read out loud. I'd love to have more books to read out loud.
Right. Just to explain it. I mean, I don't fault someone if they're ignorant because they've never had the experience and no one's ever tried to explain it to them. I blame someone if someone has tried to explain it and they still don't get it. But if they're truly ignorant, I don't fault them. But we need more things to educate people.
Yeah. Hey, ignorance can be fixed.
Ignorance can't. Stupidity can.
Stupidity, if you are hard-headed enough to continue to say, things like, being gay isn't natural, that's, then you're just being stupid.
Right. Then you're just bullheaded and an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. And Cybernaut's talking about something. I'm going to ask him what he's talking about because I don't understand. He's talking about kangaroos.
I don't see the kangaroo comment.
It should be on our Twitch chat. Do you see our Twitch chat?
I see the Twitch chat. Nature has all things. Why we want to fight nature is beyond understanding. Borders on ignorance.
Go further down. Are you on the Twitch page?
Can a lion commit murder?
What are you talking about, Cybernaut? Can a kangaroo steal?
Can a lion commit murder?
It's natural, I guess.
Yeah, lions commit murder.
I mean, I guess it's murder and they're killing a creature.
Well, they kill, they'll kill previous cubs so that the only generation born then is theirs.
I don't like that.
That's murder, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I guess if you define murder being human, then they
Ooh.
can't.
You're breaking up. Is that her or me?
Sure.
Oh, okay. You're breaking up a bit.
All right, I'm going to restart.
Okay.
Keep going. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, that's better. I think that's better.
I hope so. But yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that lions kill cubs, but I am in no position to tell them it's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's natural. You can't say it's unnatural. It's natural.
Cyber says a kangaroo cannot. I don't know. Steal. It doesn't have any concept of property. It can take something, but it can't steal it.
Oh, intent. I guess the question is intent. They can do the action.
Kill, but it has no concept of murder.
All right, it's intent. It's a type. Okay.
So, oh yeah, murder after human concepts. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And it's just saying, that's what a kangaroo does. It takes something because it needs it, and it can. A lion can kill.
Yeah, just like gender norms are human concepts. And I think we've lost her. She dropped?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. We'll wait for a minute for her to come back. I really wanted to get into, she said she had... She said she had some good... Wow, okay. Yeah, she does have some good entries on the notes, on our show notes about gay literature. Caitlin Kierman.com. The Drowning Girl, a memoir. The Red Tree. But I don't see... Caitlin Kiernan. CAITLIN KIERNAN.com. Gotta be. Dublin, oh, Dublin, Ireland. This author's from Ireland. Wow, she's actually written a lot. The Drowning Girl is a novel about a schizophrenic lesbian named Imp who is slowly losing her mind after encountering a woman who is a mermaid. Wow. Yeah, and then some of the I don't think she's coming back. Some of the excellent characters, such as Batwoman, who's a lesbian main character, Harley Quinn, who is bisexual, Hack and Slash has a bisexual lead, Lumberjanes. I've never heard of Lumberjanes, but oh, even Batgirl has a trans woman character. Gail Simone, and Burnside versions. And the comic put together after the Pulse tragedy is called Love is Love. I am definitely going to look that one up. Chatty chat chat. Oh, yes, the Queen of Ireland. I love the Queen of Ireland, Carltus. Love the Queen of Ireland. Well, I really need to look up. Rory O'Neill, better known as Panty, has campaigned all the way up to the historic referendum on marriage equality for same-sex couples in Ireland, and put out a book and did I believe, a movie based on the book. Yeah. Although I still can't find the movie. I would love to watch the movie. Okay, YouTube. Panty Bliss. Jessica Rabbit. She reminds me of Jessica Rabbit. Auntie Bliss reminds me of Jessica Rabbit. Just so blatantly sexy and oh no, I think. Oh well.
Hello.
Hello.
I ended up cussing out Comcast because our Comcast went out.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm on my cell data, which is fine. I get so much cell data that I never use all of it, so it's fine. I'm just.
Well, I was looking at I'm looking at the notes on the gay literature that you wrote down. You wrote down a lot. And going through some of the characters that I never really thought of. Now I knew Harley Quinn and Batwoman, but I never knew Batgirl had a trans woman character.
I think so. Here, I'm going to go in the living room. I'm going to sit down because I'm a little amped up now because I'm upset at Comcast, and I'm going to get my beer.
And I didn't know that Pulse had a comic after the Pulse tragedy.
I didn't know either. Those are all from my online friend, Catherine. I actually did a show with her once, probably a year ago. Her Twitter name is @ClefNotes, but Clef is with a K. And she's way more knowledgeable about that stuff than I am. Can you see me?
No, I can't see you at all.
I think my video's off. Now can you see me?
No.
Oh. I'm on my phone.
But I can hear you.
What's going on? Huh?
But I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's overcast outside, but it's not storming, so I don't know why our Comcast went out. But even Clint can't do his stuff. So, but I got my beer.
Naughty, naughty Comcast.
Huh?
Naughty, naughty Comcast.
I know. It is horrible. I'm very upset. It better not be the damn TV, too, because I'm supposed to live tweet tonight.
Oh, somebody retweeted a tweet. Oh, I love your tweet, despite being two relatively non-gay ladies.
Yeah, I don't want to sound rude. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I don't think we know what we're talking about. But at the same time, we've
Mm.
never been in these people's shoes. So
Yeah,
I don't,
well,
huh?
I have dated women,
Yeah,
not often.
yeah,
But I ultimately decided that a heterosexual relationship was what, I felt most comfortable with.
right. And I mean, same thing with me. 20 years ago, I was bisexual, but it's been 20 years since I've even thought about that part of my life. But at the same time, even though we can say we're bisexual, it doesn't mean that we have the same experiences that full-on gay people have.
No, no, not at all. And definitely I have no idea, no clue what it is to be transgender.
Me neither. Not one
Simply
clue.
attempting to think about it is brain twisting.
Right.
I know all the words,
Yeah.
but I have to admit I cannot know the feeling
No.
because I'm
I,
comfortable in what I was born with. But I agree that there are people who are not comfortable with the body they were born in.
right.
I accept their words as truth.
I do too. I don't need proof. I don't need them to, say, you know what? I need to just deal with what I have. I don't feel like they need to accept what they were given.
No, absolutely not, especially with the level of science and technology we have now. We can make so many more people comfortable in their own
Hmm.
bodies if we would just let them.
I think it's a religious thing. The more I think about it, I think that when people say, I don't like the body I was given it, religious people take that as you don't like what God gave you. I think that's the problem.
That is 99%
Hmm.
of the hate comments I get on the readings that I
Hmm.
do are
Yeah.
religious. You
Yeah.
know, uh, down to the simplest, I'll be praying for you.
I hate that crap.
Praying for me.
I'm
Joke me,
doing
go
just fine.
go pray for your own hateful ass.
Right. It's like you're the one who needs the prayers. And first of all, it's none of your business. You don't need to impose your religion on me. I'm fine the way I am.
Yep.
I think it's religion. I really do. I think it's that people think, oh, you're not happy with what God gave you. And people don't want to say God makes mistakes.
Well, I mean, as you mentioned, there's religion mixed up in
Mm.
politics in your neck of the woods,
Oh, God, yes. It's all owned by religion.
which is not supposed to fucking happen in the United States of America. Not
But it
supposed to
does.
happen. It does, but it's not
Hmm.
supposed to happen.
Right. It's all about, people don't say it, but it's the underlying factor. You don't go to my church. You don't believe the way I do. You need to fall in line with me. It's all that. It's horrible. That's why when we were asking T some of those questions, I was like, because I mean Jacksonville does not compare to Portland at all. I mean Portland people at least have a fighting chance. In Jacksonville, it's like you're going up against Big Brother. It's so
Yeah, and
difficult.
I can only imagine what I can only imagine what a person of color who's transitioning and is not religious, well, or not outwardly, Christian,
Hmm.
how difficult is their life in even a deep south, what we think of as the extremists capitals.
I'll tell you this. I can speak to this. I was a practicing pagan in Birmingham, Alabama, and the coven that I belonged to, we started off as three people, and it was very private and very personal, and I loved it because we just did our own thing. Nobody bothered us. We were just in one person's apartment,
Yeah.
and it was just awesome. But then we opened it up to more people, and it became 13 people. And it became politicized. And all of a sudden, people were saying, we need to go in front of cameras. We need to go march. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I was maybe 20, 24, maybe
Yeah.
25. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I didn't want to do that. I just didn't. I didn't want to do that because, first of all, I have my own mental health issues. I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety. I have other problems too. I could not imagine myself being able to do well in that type of situation. So I had to leave. And it was heartbreaking, but I had to leave because I was not up to it. And not everyone's up to it. So
Exactly.
I can speak to that. I mean, I was not ready to put myself in that position because I knew once you do that, once you go in front of cameras, you become a target. And that's why I said to T, I said, you are brave. We are lucky we have you. Because I'm not that person. I can't be that person. I've had a few negative comments on Facebook recently, and I didn't look at my notifications for days because I was upset. So I am not that person. I can't be a target. I want to be Wonder Woman, but when I look at myself truthfully, I'm not Wonder Woman.
Well, and as T said, we all have our own superpowers.
Right.
I am just fine with written words or sitting here with the camera when people are on the other side of the camera.
Right.
But when I go out in public, I don't look as confident as
Me neither.
I'm not that person either.
I'm not. I
I'm
want to
great.
be.
I am great with the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind when those hateful comments are thrown at the videos that I record because I can turn around and I can put them in their place.
Yeah.
But I can't think of the words quick enough in public when people throw them at me.
I just get upset. I get thrown off, and my anxiety comes out.
Yep.
So I'm not a good spokesperson for any faction, religious, gender, anything. I'm not a good spokesperson. I end up crying.
Cyber is asking if these people despise the content of your video so much, why do they watch? Because they despise the content of the video.
Because they want to hate.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to reassure people who see all these comments. I know these comments, they see these comments every day coming at them from all sides. And the reason why I allow those comments is that so I can turn around and tell these people not everybody thinks this way.
Right. No one wants to cut off anyone's right to speech. That's another thing that I think people get
Except for Nazis.
Misunderstand. Except for Nazis, but we do live in a country where there's free speech. But when it starts in incite violence, that's where it becomes not free speech.
Yeah.
So there is a difference. You are allowed to say whatever.
The whole thing and the whole free speech thing in Portland recently was that was disturbing.
Very disturbing.
That they allowed it to go on was really disturbing. I totally agree with Germany in cutting that ability down. You don't let a Nazi take the stage. You just don't. You know what they're going to say. It's hateful, and it's menacing, and it's wrong.
And it incites violence. Everything they say incites violence. That's the issue. Yes. You are allowed, under this country's rules, you are allowed to be a bigot. You are allowed to be a jerk. You are allowed to be ignorant. You're allowed to be all this stuff. But when it crosses the threshold to inciting violence, you are not allowed to say that. And anything that a Nazi is going to say is going to incite violence because it's about making one race the only race.
Yeah.
And so you're inciting violence because you want to do away with all the other races.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not natural.
That's not natural. God knows that's not natural. We're all here.
Unless some natural thing comes through and automatically just wipes out all the other races. Look, the
Well,
other
that's called a
races are
meteor.
here. The other races are here, and I love them.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Did I get stuck or did you get stuck?
I don't think I'm stuck. Twitch doesn't look
I'm
stuck.
here. I'm here. I got stuck, I think, but I'm back now.
I still don't see your camera.
Oh.
I hear you,
You
though.
haven't.
I hear you
haven't
just
seen
fine. No, I haven't seen your camera come on at all. Oh, now I see you.
Oh,
Now I see you.
that's weird. I was hitting camera because it had the slash through my camera, and I was hitting
Oh.
camera and nothing was happening. But this time I hit it again and it happened. I look really weird.
No, you don't. You look like Lola.
My face looks really long.
Because you're on your camera.
It's really long. Ah! I look like the Nightmare, the Van Gogh painting where
Oh,
he's
the
like,
Van Gogh painting. Oh, yeah.
oh, that's what I look like. I'm still upset about our Comcast. Huh?
On a completely unrelated note, to just totally jump off the topic completely for a second, I wanna thank Christy online for giving me the idea to do my eyeliner like this in like two
How
little dabs outward.
nice. What a good idea. I like that.
It does open my eyes up, but I need to work on it because it's a little messy. I need to work on, yes, Christy, I need to work on my eyeliner
You just need
skills.
practice.
I need to
You need
practice more.
practice.
But I agree.
I-
Yeah, the two little outward
does.
separated lines.
I like that.
I enjoy them.
I love makeup. I didn't put it. I put powder on today and lipstick. I didn't put anything else on because at 1:37 I was still at my computer looking at literature stuff, and I was like, "Fuck!" We had started to, and I hadn't taken a bath yet, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I took like a 2-minute bath,
Oh.
and then I was on, so I didn't have time to do.
I woke up an hour before we were supposed to go on.
Oh no! So we both are having that kind of day.
I blame the mint juleps.
You had mint juleps last night?
Last night, oh,
Nice.
a very kind neighbor allowed me to go and yank as much mint out of her garden as I wanted to.
Cool.
So I made lots and lots of mint syrup for mint juleps.
That sounds awesome.
Ah,
I
so
would love
nice.
that.
I love mint juleps.
I've only had mint juleps once.
I prefer them sweet. I don't like them more whiskey based. I like them sweet. I like lots of sugar, lots of sweetness in my mint julep.
Okay.
Just like I like my sweet tea, seriously sweet.
You would fit down here then, because that's what we're all about. We're all about sweet tea.
Yeah. Well, that's actually I had a woman from Georgia. I was in Memphis. I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and I had a woman from Georgia actually give me some food and you know, oh, you've never had tea. Tea. No, this is tea, and she made me sweet tea. And I was, man, I'm in heaven. This is the
Sweet
best
tea
I've ever
good.
had it. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Georgia may have a lot of things I don't agree with, but the hospitality of a lot of the people there are out of this world.
You know that's where I'm from, right?
Yes.
I'm from Georgia. We're very kind people. I can't say everybody because my own family, this is a great shame, but my own family on my father's side is racist AF. AF.
Isn't it? It's hard as hell when part of your own family.
Yes.
I can't think of anybody in my immediate family my mother is a wonderful person who raised me to be very, to be very accepting of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Mint grows like Cybernaut said mint grows like a weed. Carelta says I blame my Yankee wife for corrupting my innocent Irish self with minty whiskey last night.
That sounds nice. That's good. We like mint tea whiskey. Mint
Yes,
juleps are
yes,
awesome.
I'm a good Yankee wife.
Get you Yankee.
I'm
Do a
I'm
Yankee
a
wife.
Yankee.
Mhm. Hey,
I am
Caroltus is
a
part of us now.
I am a I am a slave freeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I wish to
Well,
free everybody
well,
who is in slavery.
well. To the overseas folks, we're all Yankees. Doesn't matter what part of the U.S. we're from. We're all Yankees. So even I'm a Yankee to them. But
Yeah.
I have my mother to thank. My mother is the reason why I am the way I am. My mother raised me to accept everyone as they are and to look at people as people. She told me that from when I was a little baby girl, and so she's the reason why I am the way I am. If I listened to my father, I would have been on the opposite side of the spectrum. I would have been one of those alt-right assholes that you would have punched. So I'm very lucky that I have my mother.
So now, just if I get too personal, please let me know and cut me off.
I'm drunk, so I probably won't care.
Now, did your mom and dad stay together? Were you?
For what it's worth, they did.
They did,
Oh,
but your mom
I
was,
begged.
but your mom affected you more than your dad did. Were you closer to your mom than your dad?
My dad was a drunk asshole. Mm.
Oh, so
And
like
I
there were
say that as a drunk,
probably
yeah.
trust issues there and stuff.
Yeah, my father was a physically abusive drunk asshole.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Mm.
yeah, I can see how you would listen more to your mom than your dad with that. But there are lots of people, who are, um, bigoted asswipes that have
Mhm.
had, violent beginnings, and they kept that, they really kept that, and it's hard to overcome a violent beginning in your life and not let it spread to every area of your life where all you know is how to hate people. You don't know how to love people anymore.
Well, and I mean, some of that carries with me. I still get angry. I still have trouble trusting people. I still, I kind of come from the outside with people. I come already distrusting people, which isn't good. So I do have that, believe me. I do have that.
Well,
And even my huh?
I understand being so angry you can see red.
Right.
I don't think that's the same as hate.
No. I don't hate people. Well,
Yeah,
there are a
it's
few people maybe that I hate for individual reasons, but
well,
I generally don't hate people.
I hate Nazis.
Yeah, I hate Nazis too.
I think I'm allowed to hate Nazis.
I think that's okay. I
Now,
hate people who
yeah,
kill people. Mm.
yeah. Oh, man, those guys that stood up on the Met on the train to
That's
save those
awesome.
girls. That's,
That's wonderful.
freaking heroes.
That's the best
Absolutely
of Portland.
freaking heroes.
I would like to believe that I would do that. I've thought about this a lot, even though, I am a naturally shy person and I shy away from the spotlight. Like I said, I didn't want to go on cameras, but I think that if I were ever in a situation where someone was being bullied, someone was being harmed, I think that I would intervene. I really do. I really think I would intervene. It would have to be one of those fight or flight situations, and I think I would fight.
Yeah, I mean, I've never, only been put into situations where, I've had to speak up a few times.
Mhm.
But then I question myself sometimes afterwards whether it was my place to speak up or not. But when you see somebody who looks like they're cowering on the
Right.
inside, and
Right.
somebody giving out with this racist bullshit, sometimes you just have to walk up and go, hey, you know what? You're being an asshole. You need to just high off. Just
Right.
turn around and walk away, because in a minute I'm going to consider you a threat and pull the police in this.
You have to.
Just walk away from it.
And that's natural. That
I
is
don't yeah,
natural.
I don't want to see people being bullied like that.
No. No. If it's obvious that they're, for whatever reason, not able to handle the situation themselves, then I think it is our obligation to intervene.
I think Cybernaut's saying that people from Georgia don't talk slow. They're just conserving energy.
That's probably true. We're tired. Just in general, we're tired.
It's
We've
so
been out plowing the
hot.
land. It's
It's
so freaking
so
hot.
hot.
Oh my God.
Stand it.
We just don't want to be bothered. We're like, go away. We're drinking our sweet tea. Just go away. We're hot. We're tired. Just,
I'm
yeah.
surprised. I'm surprised Georgians don't live in little domes, air-conditioned domes. Wait, you guys have malls, right?
Yes.
See, you love the mall.
We have movie theaters. We have airports. We have everything that other states have. Hmm. Yeah, we do. It's just freaking hot. But sometimes you have to go outside. You don't have a choice. Like I take the
Yeah.
bus, and the bus lets me out about 3/4 of a mile away from my house. So when I take the bus, I still have to walk 3/4 of a mile home in the heat. That's when I get in a pissy mood. God damn it. Unless I'm listening to something interesting. Sometimes if I'm listening to something interesting, it'll transport me.
Yeah, like that. I very good entertainment. Yeah.
Like very good entertainment,
What a
right? Or
great podcast to listen
it
to.
is a great podcast. They get along so well, and they're so funny and honest, and they don't give you any bullshit. They don't sugarcoat anything, and they're drunk a lot. They're drunk a lot.
I consider sometimes changing my middle name to Beer.
That'd be good. My middle name should be I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. Oh,
Lola.
I saw a great shirt the other day with a little unicorn and a beer glass, and it had it said, I'm a unicorn and I like to drink or something like that. It's super cute.
That would be perfect. That's me. Or my middle name could be Is Drunk. Lola is drunk. Oh, what you got? What's
We've
that?
seen this before on Very Good Entertainment. Belmont Station Sour.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. That's very UK looking.
I love flat tail sours. Love flat
Nice.
tail
Oh, it's the
sours.
sour. Ooh. Oh, fancy.
And unlike some other sour places here in Oregon, flat tail sours are actually reasonably priced.
That's good. Yeah, you don't need to pay an arm and a leg. There's no reason for that.
No, not unless it's a special. And not every sour is special.
No.
Not every sour is special.
I mean, I do understand they have to separate the sour beer from the other beer because they don't want it to infect the other beer. So they do have to make concessions for it. But there's no reason to price like you're at a 5-star restaurant or something.
Yeah. Cybernaut says, I believe the reason we tell and listen to the stories of heroism is that so when we find ourselves in positions where it's required, we know what is required and we know what to do. Oh my God, Cybernaut! I was just thinking that today when I was watching the very last episode of He-Man and moving on to She-Ra.
She-Ra, Princess the Power.
The one thing I miss from She-Ra that is present in He-Man is the end of the episode where they tell you in today's story, we saw they don't have that in She-Ra, and I miss that because, you know, I always felt like I noticed that, you know, I noticed the thing that was important that made me feel kind of special.
Yeah.
You know, standing up for other people, or being kind to your family, or paying attention to your mother.
It's all important. I mean, there are some reasons why maybe your family life is not the best. So I can't say that you should always adhere to what your parents say. But if there is someone who is elder who has more experience, you should listen to them.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a good chance they know more than you do. Huh?
I think Cybernaut kind of falls in that.
Are you saying he's older than we are?
Isn't he?
Is he our elder?
I think he is. He acts. He acts like he's.
I don't think he's that much older. Cybernaut, I'm 45.
Is it? I'm sorry if I was being offensive.
I'm
not trying to call him old, but he has more experience than I do.
He's our Zor-El.
Zor-El.
He's our Zor-El. He's our elder. Oh my God, I love it. I wish I could see the chat. I can't see the chat.
Carlta says he'll be 45 in August. I'm not saying how old I am.
I'm 45. How old? I don't think Cybernaut is that much older than we are. He has a child in like elementary or middle school or something.
Cybernaut says he remembers when Jesus was a lance corporal.
Okay. I'll say I remember when it was between Reagan and Jimmy Carter. And I got shamed in my elementary school bathroom because I said I was for Reagan because he was an actor and I thought that was cool. But I was told that I should be for Carter because he was from Georgia. And of course now I'm like, yeah, I should have been for Carter. But back then I just knew that Reagan was an actor and I was like, that's cool, he's an actor. I like that.
Pardon me, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I remember Walter Mondale.
I do too. And what was that other fella? There is another Republican. I can't remember his name. There was a Republican.
Jesus, not Ross Perot, was it?
No, he was independent. My father, oh my God, my father loved Ross Perot. He loved him. We heard about Ross Perot every day, huh?
I loved some of the ideas.
Yeah.
I was not happy with the plan.
Mhm.
The plan seemed kind of overblown.
Yeah. It was a bit of a wild card. He was like a prototype Trump because he.
Yeah. Running the United States as a business does not effing work. Because you gotta deal with people.
And you want to serve all the people. In business,
okay, Coreltis is a lying sack of kangaroo scrotum bits.
He better be careful. He'll get fired on CNN.
I will not be 62 next month.
Oh, he says is that meaning he will be 62?
No. He said I will be 62 next month. I will not be 62 next month.
Wait, so Cybernaut says he'll be 62?
No, Coreltis. Coreltis said Sorcerer Zero will be 62 next month. I will not.
No, that's not true. Linda, I think you're younger than I am, right?
Not by a lot.
Okay, because I'm 40. I'm in the middle of being 45. I've got another few months before I turn 46.
I've got I've got 1 month A little over 1 month to go before I attain your status.
All right. So you're about you're older than I'm younger than. Wait, hold on.
You're older than I am,
I am older than you are.
but not by a lot.
But well, by almost a year because
Let's just say this: Mom liked me best.
Mom
Mom's always liked the younger kid better.
Yes. So you're the precious baby.
Yeah.
You're the precious baby, and I'm the one who goes, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Marsha.
That was Jan who did that. So
Cyber said Cyber's kids' real names are Oops, Uh-oh, Oh no, not again.
Oh, I love that.
That's like naming the dog thinking that its name is God damn it.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
That's what my cats think their name is. My cats think their name is Get Off.
Get off.
Get off. That's what my cats think because
Stop
they keep
that.
walking.
Stop that.
Stop that. Go away. Go away. You suck. That's my cat's names because they walk on me. I've got little kitty bruises all over me.
Kitty bruises.
Yes.
That's like kitty love. That's kitty love.
Paw-shaped bruises all over me.
Here we go. You're still bisexual because you're still loved by a pussy.
Those pussies love me. Oh my God, do you want to hear something that may be TMI?
This is totally the TMI time to do it.
I've told, besides Clint, 2 other people know this. One of our cats is acting out. His name is LSU. And he's peeing and pooping outside the litter box. Well, one morning, it was a work morning, I think it was a Tuesday morning, I woke up and LSU was like, sitting on, I call it the danger zone, on my area. And, just like cats sit, just kind of hunched there.
Yeah.
And he had this beatific smile on his face. It was so odd. And he felt really warm. And I woke up and I looked at him and said, "You're so warm. Why are you so warm?" And he just had that same beatific smile on his face.
Oh,
God. And I moved, and that's when the pool that had been pooling in my danger zone started to spill over. And I realized what was happening. And I started screaming, and I pushed him off, and I got up and said, "You're peeing! You're peeing! That's so gross! You're peeing!" He was totally peeing on me. I mean, like, not even by accident, intentionally peeing on me.
At least it was natural.
I don't know. I don't know if that was natural, because he was intentionally doing it. I mean, it was a full stream. It wasn't an
But
accident,
cats do that. Cats do that to act out. That's, that is definitely
he's acting out. He's acting out. And he's been to the vet. The only issue he has another ear infection. So other than that, there's nothing wrong. So we have looked into it. He's just acting out, and I don't understand why. But peeing on my danger zone, peeing with a beatific smile.
Anything, and children do that too.
They don't pee in my danger zone.
No, but they do sometimes pee in unexpected places.
That was very unexpected. I was like, "You're peeing. And then when I moved, it went everywhere. I was like, oh, it was disgusting.
I'm looking up the Love is Love comic.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. Will you hold on while I go to the bathroom?
I will.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, that Belmont sour is really lovely. Oh, I love that Belmont sour. We gotta go visit Belmont Station. Definitely gotta go down there and up there, because it's north from us, and visit Belmont Station. Oh, what a lovely berry-like aroma. Mmm, really delicious. Ooh. Oh, now, well, this is interesting. The digital price and the print price of the Love is Love comic is the same. But since since all the proceeds go to victims, survivors, and their families, I don't see how that's wrong. Woo! Fresh sourdough bread at 5 p.m. Hot out of the oven. Well, Mark can always listen to the show afterward. Mark can always listen to the show afterward.
I'm back.
Shout out to my friend Mark.
Who's Mark?
Mark Terranova. He's a really awesome guy who just freaking gets us. All of us.
That's awesome.
All of us.
Awesome. That's awesome. Did he ever want to come on?
He might. I mean, he's been on, and he can remark intelligently on lots and lots of topics.
That's more than I can. I can't remark intelligently on anything.
What? Lying. Lies. Because I have seen you remark intelligently on lots and lots of topics.
Thank you.
Lots of topics. You're actually very inspirational.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're so
Well,
human.
right now,
You're so
you.
human. I'm using that as one of my best compliments from now on.
Are you saying I'm natural?
You're very natural.
I try very hard to be natural.
People who really impress me, I'm calling them human.
That's good.
Because that's like the best thing you can be is like a good human being and
a good steward.
I noticed the price of Love is Love is the same, $9.99 for both digital and print. But because all proceeds go to the victims, survivors, and their families, I can't find fault with it.
No, and that actually makes sense in that case because they don't want any less money to go to someone because the person paid digital or hardcover.
Exactly.
If it's all charity, then it doesn't matter how it was made because there are no profits, so it's all going to be the same anyways. That actually makes sense.
It says preview book. I don't have images to share.
I wish I'm still on my phone.
Yeah, IDW Publishing.
I've heard of them
IDW
before.
Publishing.
They're pretty well known. I'm still on my phone, so I'm very limited. I wish I had time to take pictures. One of the comics I actually bought though, Caitlin R. Kiernan's something Wolf. Starts with an A. I can't remember the name, but I bought it today.
Did you list it in the?
I did. It's there somewhere.
Caitlin Kiernan, Silk Threshold, Low Red Moon, Murder of Angels, Daughter of Hounds, The Red Tree, and Drowning Girl.
Keep going. I'll put some other.
Wrote the Dreaming Book series based on Sandman, Alabaster for Dark Horse.
Alabaster Wolf. That's what I bought.
Oh, Alabaster Wolf?
Mhm.
Oh.
I bought that. I went on Amazon and I bought the digital copy. Oopsies, I just dropped
Cool.
I'm gonna see if I have.
Ow.
What I know. I'm sorry. I dropped you in my lap, but I'm wearing my Doctor Who pajamas.
Doctor Who saved me.
Yes, Doctor Who saved you. I don't know if you can see my Doctor Who pajamas. It's the police box.
It looks.
Is it dark?
Yeah, I love those pajamas.
They're awesome. Got me these.
I have Smurf pajamas.
That's awesome. I like Smurf.
I call them my Smurfies.
Oh, cool. Smurfies. I love pajamas. I decided that when the apocalypse happens, first of all, I'm wearing pajamas. And we've already discussed this. I'll wear a sports bra, but not a regular bra.
I like sports bras. I like sports bras a lot. I bought a whole couple packages of them, and I'm going to wear them every day that I can because the straps don't fall down.
I like that. And it seems like they're more natural feeling than
That's right.
I like that.
And I don't like wearing, I mean, I understand women who don't want to wear bras. For goodness sake, ladies, burn your bras. If you don't want to wear a bra, don't do it.
Don't wear it.
I am not going to shame you for seeing, your nipples in public.
If you want to show
I wear them because my breasts happen to be really sensitive, and I don't like the feeling of rubbing. It drives me out of my mind.
Right.
That's happened since that has only happened since I had children, but it drives me out of my mind.
I wear bras because if I don't, they swing low, sweet chariot, come forth to carry me home.
But I'll bet they're beautiful. They might swing, but I'll bet they're beautiful. Beautiful boobies.
You know what? It's in the eye of the beholder. So if you say they're beautiful, I'm with it.
Beautiful boobies.
But
all boobies are beautiful.
Low to the ground. They know gravity. So I wear a bra to bring them more like to my level.
Yeah.
That way they can capture any crumbs I have.
Oh,
because when
my breasts, the crumbs.
That's exactly true. When my breasts are this level, then it can capture any food that drops, and I can still eat it.
Is it true that most Southern women have large breasts?
I don't know.
You never really noticed?
I've never measured. But I could say that a lot of Southern women are a little over the normal weight limit, and that probably amps the boobs up.
Oh my God, that answers it. I love food.
I love food too.
Born in the South somewhere, even though my birth certificate says Arcadia, California. I was not really a California girl. I must have been born in the South.
I think you're a Southern girl. You love food. You love sweet tea. You have big breasts.
I love people.
You love people
of all kinds.
Well, you love hospitality.
I love hospitality.
Yeah. And so I think you were born, your spirit, a past life must have been born in the South.
A past life, yes.
Your past life is from the South. Because we love hospitality and we have big boobs. That's actually the sign on Georgia. When you're entering Georgia, it actually says we love hospitality and we have big boobs.
That is fantastic.
It is fantastic, right? I haven't been to Georgia. I haven't been to Georgia since I think 2014.
Really? Well, that's not too long ago. You still have any family there? I know you help take care of your mom, but she's in Florida, right?
Right. Her family's from Florida. It's my father's family who's from Georgia. And yes, I still.
Oh. So
Right.
was your dad the only person you really didn't like, or did you like his
Right.
family?
I won't say I didn't like his family, but I didn't always have an easy time.
Mm-hmm.
One time during Christmas, I went over to my aunt and uncle's house, and this was back when I was dyeing my hair and I had green hair.
Yeah.
And one of my cousins threw my presents at me because she didn't want to get near me.
Oh my God, that's really rude.
It is very rude. It was very hard. Although, you know what? I guess I can say turnabout is fair play because she lives in California now. So
Oh.
how's that going for you now?
Well, I mean, kids in school, when we used to have, well, I don't know if you ever had this. In school, we had the required learning to dance things.
No,
You never had that? Oh my God, we had that. And
no.
boys wouldn't hold my hand because I have scars on my
No,
hand from operations.
no.
The
That's
boys refused to
horrible.
hold my hand, like it was
That's
catching or
horrible.
something.
Oh my God, that's horrible. Like that, you're so young and you're already made to feel like you don't
Yeah.
belong. That's horrible.
But
Mhm.
and and here's where He-Man comes into it.
Aw,
He-Man taught me I should stand up for other people, even if I'm
yes,
bullied myself.
yes.
So the kid, and I won't give their name, the kid that got bullied the most, I got
Mhm.
sick of it. And finally, I remembered that.
Good.
Finally, I walked up and told very loudly, I told this kid off like you would not believe,
Mhm.
because they were being mean to this other kid that I wasn't even friends with.
Right.
They just happened to be, like overweight, and they didn't talk the same as everybody else.
Mhm.
And I just let them have it. And after that, they refused to have anything to do with me. Like at the store, at the school store, they wouldn't sell me anything. They wouldn't touch me. They wouldn't.
They're
So I
assholes.
reaped, I reaped that, I reaped that kind of reward. But it felt so good standing up
Right.
for this person.
Mhm.
And later on, and I think it was like 4 or 5 years later, when I was almost out of high school, I saw this person again on a bus,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I remembered who they were, and they remembered who I was.
That's good.
Pretty cool. They're like, oh, I remember you.
Nice.
You know, you were a pretty nice person back then.
That's
So
good. Mhm.
it helps. It does. It really does. You know, Even if they didn't remember me, it still would have been worth it.
Well, and not everyone is going to remember. I mean, we're not always going to get a parade of roses if we do the right
No.
thing. Mhm.
No, we're not always. But that wasn't why I was doing it.
No.
I was doing it because it was the right thing to do. He-Man told me it was the right thing to do.
And you made a difference in someone's lives. Whether that person remembers or not, that doesn't matter. You made a difference.
Yeah. And even if I'd never gotten, you know, that recognition later on, it still would have been worth it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even though it helped that person, you also did it because you need to see that you're making a difference in the world. Everyone needs to feel like they're doing something good for the world. And even if that other person doesn't recognize it, that doesn't matter. The point is you're doing what you're supposed to do. And we can't help what other people think, whether it's good or bad or whatever. We can't help what other people think. All we can take care of is what we do. We need to make sure
Yep.
we do the right thing. I
Absolutely.
am.
I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to
Uh-oh,
see
am I
more
frozen?
people. Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, something froze.
Oh,
All right, say that again. I'm sorry.
I said I can't wait to see more people from the LGBT and LGBTQ communities get further into politics, especially here in America.
God help us. We've
Let
still
us
got a long
know.
way.
Yeah, we've still got a long way, but uh, it's Ruth Davidson in the UK, the recent UK elections. Ruth
Yeah.
Davidson, who I'm not. Is Ruth Davidson married to her partner?
I think so, yeah.
Ruth Davidson, who's out there campaigning for, and this is a direct quote from her interview with the Guardian newspaper in the UK. I saw and received assurances not only that there would be no rollback of LGBTI rights in the rest of the UK, and don't forget that the Conservative Party was the party of equal marriage who brought it forward and made sure it passed in the House of Commons, but also that we would use any influence that we had with the DUP to extend LGBTI rights in Northern Ireland. That's an assurance I was given. That may be in direct conflict with what the Guardian newspaper said, but that's what I heard her say. So it's very helpful that she can go out publicly and say those things.
And maybe that's what confuses me. She's apparently of the Conservative Party, right?
Okay, now we have to remember, as United States citizens, our conservative party is so different from the UK Conservative Party.
That's true.
The UK Conservative Party would almost be considered our progressive type,
right.
Air quotes, liberal parties here. Because it's so different.
Yeah. Our conservative has been far right, and their conservative may be far right. And their conservative may be more moderate.
Middle, yeah, maybe more moderate, yeah. But we need more people, as many people as possible, from the LGBT, and I don't know what the I stands for, do you? LGBTI? I know LGBTQ. I don't know what the I stands for. We need more people from the LGBT community to stand up as politicians, and just tell it like it is.
Unfortunately, here in the U.S., I think we're not quite there yet.
No. Only certain states are there. Oregon's there, but there are still lots of areas where we need to remove not only the money position, but the religious influence.
Yeah, try getting elected anything if you're not Christian. It's very difficult. I think there may be a few Jewish people who have been elected, but if you're not the big two, Jewish or Christian, good luck.
I'm not saying you have to be atheist in order to serve. The thing is that I don't approve of the actual religious entity having a say in politics. You just need to GTFO. Catholic Church, Christian churches, Jewish
First Baptist.
The First Baptist or any Jewish or Muslim, the entity itself, the church. GTFO.
Not supposed to have anything to do.
Yeah, stay out of
reason.
Politics.
That's what we're founded on. This country was founded on freedom of religion. And actually, if you ask someone who is a part of the, what's it called? I'm blanking now because I'm drunk. But the people who are for freedom from religion, it's also about freedom from religion, not just
Yes.
freedom of religion, but no one should
Freedom
feel pressured.
from, nobody should feel pressured to
Free thought
believe
society.
in, or the Freedom from Religion. I think it was the Freedom from Religion Foundation, wasn't it?
Maybe. But it's a real thing. I mean, no one should feel pressured to follow any religion, and no religion should have its influence over governmental decisions.
Yeah, the
It's supposed to be different.
the FFRF.org, Freedom from Religion
Okay.
Foundation.
Okay.
Nope. I'll be right back.
Okay. We're having an issue with that here in Jacksonville because one of our former representatives, congressional representatives, Green Brown, was recently on trial for stealing money from her charitable organization to fund her private life. And she was found guilty of doing this, but her lawyer has set a motion for a retrial because one of the jurors was released because he was heard saying that the spirit told him that she was innocent. And he was released. I'm going to say you should not base any decisions based on what the spirit told you. I'm just talking about how we had an issue here in Jacksonville. I don't know if it made national news, but one of our the Jacksonville congressional representative, her name is Green Brown. She went to trial recently because her people, maybe not her, but her people were siphoning money from a supposed charitable organization to fund her lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I've not heard of her specifically, but we had a very similar incident here in Oregon where somebody was allowing their constituents to do a very similar act.
Oh no.
Yeah, we rode their ass out on the fucking rail. They're gone.
Well, this particular person is gone from the representative. She's no longer a house member, but she was on trial, criminal trial recently for this. And her claim is that she didn't know what was happening. Well, she was found guilty. But the problem is, and this is Jacksonville for you, it's all come into question because one of the jurors was dismissed because he was overheard telling someone that he believed she was innocent because the spirit told him that she was innocent. So he was claiming that he was voting innocent because the spirit told him. Well, my issue with that is the spirit doesn't need to be delegating who's innocent or not. This is a civil court and we need to follow civil rules. Well, he got kicked off the jury pool for that, and they brought in an alternate. I'm fine with that. And then another juror, after the trial ended, another juror said, this was the other one who would have voted innocent. She said she felt pressured to vote guilty because people didn't want her to vote that way. And she cited the other guy who was made to leave because of him saying the spirit wanted him to vote guilty. So vote innocent, I'm sorry. So she's saying she felt pressured and therefore her testimony her vote was not what it was supposed to be. So now Corrine Brown's people are filing for a new trial based on this.
Oh, so they're filing for a mistrial.
Right, basically. Yeah, they want a new trial. My issue with this is the first guy, he should have never said that the spirit was making him do this because the spirit has nothing to do with the court trial.
Yeah.
And the second person, the lady, I'm like, I'm sorry you felt pressured, but it is your responsibility as an adult to vote the way you feel. That is your
Yeah,
responsibility. So the whole thing is a clusterfuck.
but she still made her decision.
Well, that's what you mean, the second juror?
The second juror still made their own decision. They made up
No,
their, you know.
she voted guilty because she said she felt pressured.
Hmm.
So she's saying that she felt pressured into voting guilty. Um, so that's why Brown's people are going for a new trial, because basically, I guess they're saying that the juror was tainted,
Yeah.
the jury was tainted. But my point to that
They
second,
might get it, but you know, it's exactly. It's you need to be an adult at some point.
that's my point. I read the article where the lady said that, the second juror said that, and my issue is, I'm sorry that you felt pressured. That's a horrible feeling, but you're an adult. You have an obligation to vote your conscience.
Now I
Doesn't matter what
understand.
other people.
Now I understand if perhaps she had received threats.
Maybe.
That would have
Maybe they didn't.
been, yeah, that would have been, but just feeling like you would have been looked at badly for, why didn't she ask for a blind vote?
I don't know anything about that. I don't know what that means.
Now I know um, when I was a juror, there was a thing that a blind vote where you would take like from the same pad of paper and you'd write, you're innocent or guilty on the slip of paper, and you'd simply stick it in
That would have
a
been
glass,
better.
so you didn't have to, in front of the whole group, actually say whether you thought they were innocent or guilty, and then, you went from there.
That would have been better. I don't
If
know
they
if they
felt
had that option.
threatened, they may not have had that option. I mean, each jury works differently in deciding. I don't even know if it's legal to record the jury decision room. I have no idea.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting to look into.
It would be. I don't think we had any recordings in this instance. They didn't say whether the juror felt threatened or not. They didn't go into that, and that would make a difference.
Yeah.
All I got was that she felt pressured.
Yeah, it's a pretty vague term, just feeling pressured. I mean, maybe maybe she knew some of the people on the jury, or I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I should be careful what I say, because since this is ongoing, who knows? I may be friggin' pulled into, I don't want to get pulled into it. I'm like, I'm just spouting my own opinion. I'm just here. I'm just a stupid person saying my opinion. Nobody hold anything I say as absolute, huh?
Oh, I didn't ask T. Maybe I should ask him later if he thinks it's okay for, cisgendered authors to write transgender books. I forgot. It just occurred to me.
That's another question. I mean,
I write the teddy bear tales.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a character that I would like to introduce as a transgender character, but I don't know if that's, because I don't know how it feels to be transgender. I don't know if that's, like acceptable. But there's simply not enough out there.
I know. Well, I mean, and this is what I think about a lot too, because we both have had characters who weren't white and who weren't straight.
Yes.
If we only write white, straight females, we're going to have a very
boring book.
monotonous book. So we have to go out there and experience different lives through our writing. We may fuck it up, we may get it wrong, but we have to at least try. And I apologize in advance. Huh?
Yeah, I guess probably the best option would be to involve somebody who's actually transgender in the creation of the book itself.
And ask them.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt bad because I felt like we were putting him on the spot as a spokesperson for all transgendered people, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to,
for all, because everybody's an individual, and you need to take individuals, but this is a group of people that we need to try to learn more about. We can never know the exact feelings because we can't feel those feelings, but we can attempt to understand their obstacles
and represent them well. If we do introduce transgender characters into our books, I want to be able to represent them well.
Yes.
I don't want to add to the problem. That's the last thing I want.
Well, it's 2:21 here.
It's 5:21 here.
Would you like to wrap it up?
I think that's good. There's still stuff. I mean, maybe another day we can continue this, because I did have some people who said, maybe in a week or two they might be able to do something.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We should totally get that.
So our next show, maybe we can continue, because I know there's still stuff we didn't talk about. There's still literature to talk about, and we didn't even touch on the issues with people from other countries, like what's going on in Chechnya and things like that. So I know there's still more to talk about. So maybe
there's always stuff to talk about when you're talking about LGBT, and I don't think coming back to it another day would be a bad thing at all.
Yeah, I think we'll still have plenty to fill up another few hours. So maybe next weekend, or whenever we do our next, social issue type show, we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, so since I am the host, I will wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Lola Laracy. You can find me at lolalaracy.com, or Twitter, or Twitch, or Facebook, all that stuff. And Sorcerer Zero, where can we find you?
You can find me anywhere. You can type in S0RCERESS0. That's Google+, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Amazon. Don't forget that both Lola and I have books.
Right.
We are authors. We have books.
Do.
Yes, and we even have audiobooks. Yes,
we do. So you can find those on our respective websites and Amazon and places like that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.